Thanks for staying with us. Now, tens of students have dropped out of school owing to the biting drought in Tiaty sub-county in Baringo County. Schools in the sub-county are struggling to keep students in class since supplies from the school feeding program ran out. And TV's Ruth Sarmoy visited the region and recounts how learning has nearly stalled in some schools in the area.
The school feeding program has been a lifeline for pupils in Tiaty constituency. Hundreds of children go to school with the motivation of getting a plate of food, which could be the only meal for some who turn up. Now, the ongoing drought is likely to spell doom for learners here. Some schools are already closed, and stakeholders fear the situation is likely to get worse. A silent compound welcomes us at the Akwichatis Primary School, deep in the heart of Tiaty sub-county. The classes are dotted with empty desks, indicating that learning has not been going on in this area. Every morning, the teachers come to school waiting for learners to arrive, but only a few turn up. Since the reopening of schools and the half-term break, some who show up are too weak to concentrate in class.
The affected classes ni hiyo darasa la sita, la grade 5, grade 4 na wale wengine juu wameama na wazazi wao. Kwa hivyo saizi ile population iko hapa ni kidogo, unaweza pata darasa na hata wale wako hawakuji tena. Juu leo tumeshuhudia hii wiki watoto kufaint darasani mpaka imekuwa shida hata masomo ya alasiri.
The school, with a population of 300 pupils, now receives children as low as 100 pupils. The pastoral nature of the surrounding community has seen many pupils migrate with their parents in search of pastures.
Hii kwa mahama na imekuwa challenge kubwa. Kwa sababu mtu anahama akiwa na mtoto mwenye amefikia darasa la 6, grade 5, grade 4, anaenda nayo. Na hata wakati labda mvua ikinyesha na warudi, mtoto unaanza tena kwenda kuanzia huko nyuma na wengine tunawakosa tu kabisa hivyo.
With the ongoing drought, it has been more than 6 months since they received food from the school feeding program.
Chakula ya mwisho yenye tulikuwa nayo hapa ilikuwa ni ya mwezi wa 5 mwaka huu. Hatukuona chakula ingine. Hiyo ndio mwisho, na ilikuwa ni porridge tu, uji ililetwa hapa shule na hiyo ikasaidia at least wale watoto wa ECD na mpaka grade 3, na ilipoisha ikawa sasa hatukuona kitu kingine tena.
A similar atmosphere welcomes us at the Naipei Kore Primary School, a few kilometers downhill from Akwichatis. Most classrooms have been locked. Only one classroom is open to the surrounding community. On a normal weekday, this class would be rife with learning activities among pupils and their teachers. Now that the school is closed, the community here has unlimited access to school resources, including this classroom where now they use it to charge their phones. The last lesson in this class was on the 16th of November, just 3 days to the half-term break. They too have finished their share from the government's distribution, and now the drought has seen many kids abscond class.
Chakula ni shida, na tena hata maji ya damu zimeisha. Hakuna maji. Ile waliletewa ya Narori, hiyo imeelekea kuisha, hakuna.
In Marsabit Primary School, the institution has been deserted since the reopening after the half-term break. With the closure of schools, parents are now struggling to feed their children while at home.
Sai watoto unakaa nyumbani. Unaenda kutafuta chakula mpaka napata. Kama huna chakula, unalala njaa, unalia. Wewe na stress.
Schools such as Toplen and Lotita have also been closed due to the ongoing drought that has hit the sub-county. Other schools that are operational are struggling to keep the learners in class. Such is the situation in Chesakam Primary School that has started experiencing absenteeism among its pupils.
Kuna wanafunzi ambao wanatembea hata zaidi ya kilomita 10 kufika shuleni. Kwa hivyo shule haina chakula. na haswa mara nyingi wanafunzi wengi hawapati chakula nyumbani. Chakula ambacho wanategemea ni kile ambacho wanapata shuleni. Kwa hivyo sasa hivi tunapoongea tumeweza kupoteza wanafunzi wengi.
The last food distribution they received from the government was in May.
Serikali ilikuwa imetoa uji, lakini uji ulikuwa wanafunzi wa chekechea, lakini uji uliisha.
During lunchtime, pupils from the nearby areas rush home. But many others with no alternative stay within the school compound and drink water. The availability of food in schools within Tiaty is very vital, such that without it, the future of thousands of learners lies in limbo.
Mtoto anaweza kosa kuja na kitabu shule, lakini hawezi sahau kubeba sahani. Kwa sababu hilo ndio tegemeo. Concentration ya masomo at the moment in classes is very poor. Sisi kama walimu tuna changamoto kwa sababu ile hali ya concentration imerudi chini. Na pia wengi wameanza pia kudhoofika, afya zao zimeanza kudhoofika. Na tunahofia kwamba hii mambo ya absenteeism na mambo ya dropout yatazidi, yataongezeka.
So children are leaving homes because of lack of food. And normally the refuge, the place they come to will be schools, because that's where there is food. And then once they're there, they are trapped down into the education system and they're encouraged to stay in school. That will be the process. Because then outside school, there are a lot of challenges.
Most times, teachers are forced to share their food with the pupils.
Sasa kwa pati yetu, kama tukingangana tupate kidogo, tunashare tu na hawa watoto. Hata unaweza sema huyu leo amekuwa mbaya, uchukue yako umpatie akule huyu. Ngoja jioni uende nyumbani.
The dropout rate resulting from the lack of food in schools now exposes the pupils to the harsh reality within the troubled community, including banditry, harmful cultural practices, and even poverty, which is prevalent in the area.
So situations like this one, for example, where there are issues of banditry, where this issue of drought, your family is moving away, and the issue of lack of food in school, this could be the reason for you to just be out of school completely. It may not be your intention as a pupil, but this could be reasons that get pupils out of education system. And some schools, from our conversation with some of the teachers, some schools may not come back again after this midterm.
While priority has been given to other northern parts of the country that are affected by drought, Tiaty sub-county, which covers a third of Baringo County, feels the government has sidelined it.
Nashangaa na sijui ilikuwa mpango upi, kwa sababu sisi Baringo ama hapa Tiaty hatukuweza kuwekwa katika huo mpango, na hii sehemu ndio imeathirika sana. Jinsi ambavyo naona sehemu zingine zinaangaziwa kama kule Turkana, kule Garissa. Sijui mbona walisahau sehemu hii.
People who should be sent to come and assess the drought situation should go deep into especially into the Tiaty area. It's the worst hit. So if you assess the other part and go with it that Baringo is okay, that is a very poor analysis.
With the situation projected to extend for the better part of 2022, the problem is expected to bring more challenges to the residents.
There is issue of pasture shortage, and our herders are moving towards different directions, and this is likely also to spark conflicts with our neighbors.
The donation from the government issued in the county in November has already been distributed and is now depleted. Officials say they are waiting for the next consignment.
Mpango ya school feeding program has not been stopped, only that it is not regular. You don't know when the food will come. Ikija, tuna supply the way it comes. But at times, the schools go without this food because it has to take some time between a supply and the next supply.
At the foot of Silale Hills, this is the only remaining water pan that serves the surrounding community with their livestock. Now, most children accompany their parents to look after their flock on the hills of Silale, and in coordinated shifts, they come down to water their animals before heading back up the hill. Just like other water ponds have dried up, it is estimated that these too will not last long. In Akuchatis, the streams too have dried up and residents have to line up to fetch water in this sand dam. By evening, the residents will have to fill the sand dam with soil to ensure water is retained. With pupils missing their lessons due to the drought disruptions, parents and teachers are now a worried lot.
Naona hata watoto ya sugulu. Hakuna maji ile na kunywa, maji yote iko hapa.
Ni makosa, unajua elimu sasa, mtoto akikosa anaelekea wapi? Hii ni shida kubwa. Shida kubwa, mtoto si anaanza kuwa mjinga tu, ile ujinga tunataka kuondoa huko ndio inarudia.
Hii shule iko shida kabisa. Hata huru ya badali wasaidia hii shule.
Kuna mmoja ambaye karibu anguke kutoka kwa mti wakingangania hayo matunda ya mwituni kwa sababu ya chakula, ukosefu wa chakula.
It is estimated that nearly 2 million Kenyans have been affected by the drought. The government has promised to ensure continuity of the school feeding program, but that is yet to be seen. Ruth Sarmoi, NTV.